Vijay Mansukhani, MD of MIRC Electronics, joins us now on the phone line. Mr. Mansukhani, thank you for joining in. What's the reason for the fall of 17% in the revenues? Is this mainly on account of, the delayed summers, prolonged winters? That's something that consumer durable companies have been flagging off. And do you think there could be some problems in Q1 as well of FY20?
No, not at all. Very frankly to tell you, I mean, in Q4, there was the whole India negative. The sentiment was very negative. We were not sure of Mr. Modi's elections, and there's the sentiment, and the markets were very sluggish. The economy was down, and we know all these stories about the GDP growth and everything, and unemployment. So absolutely everything was negative in the fourth quarter. It's not for just only that; it was for India. Everything was bad, and we had a degrowth of 17%. It happened only in one item, and that is panel. In AC, while the AC market degrew, we were flat. While the washing machine market grew by 3%, we grew by 25%. So we had to really take a look at panels. And in panels, what's happening is that we have these Chinese companies coming in at the low end without paying any custom duty through a free trade agreement through Vietnam. I mean, this looks ridiculous when we have a Made in India program going. And when we import panels, we have to pay a 5% custom duty. These Chinese guys are coming to India through Vietnam and paying 0% custom duty on the finished product. I think we have made a very strong representation to the government that first of all you talk about unemployment, then on top of that you have free trade agreement, and people are skirting this route and coming through Vietnam. So maybe there are these low-end companies which are getting all the goods from Vietnam. I think India needs to solve this problem, and it is a very, very serious problem for employment and for this thing. What they should do is be very selective in the FTA, free trade agreement, and do not allow electronic goods to come in. On the contrary, custom duty should be raised like Donald Trump is raising, and lower the GST. Our GST is also ridiculous, if you see at 28% GST and 20% custom duty, it comes to nearly 52%. I mean, Thailand has 7%, China has 17%, we have 52%. We need to get this, and I understand the government of India has given a $4 billion package for the manufacturing industry. I know what's going to come in the future. It's going to be GST is going to come down. So what do you see in the first quarter? I'm already seeing in the first quarter, air conditioners growth is there. Yes, there was a delayed summer. Now we have the World Cup coming, and it's really, really hot, and the sales are already moving in quarter one. I can already see a big jump in ACs and washing machines. And by the way, there are lots of, now that Mr. Modi has come in, I see a lot of sniffing going around. Lots of foreign companies are sniffing India, how to come in, how to do manufacturing. I can see lots of marriages taking place. I see a lot of tie-ups taking place. I can see lots of mergers and acquisitions taking place. So anyway, these are the things which are happening. And as it is, we have already started getting into non-captive manufacturing. Many of these foreign companies, as it is, we are manufacturing for Reliance. So now if we manufacture for everybody else, I think we'll have a good growth there.
Right. Can you just talk about the demand environment post-elections? What have you seen in the last 10 days or so?
In the last 10 days, air conditioners are doing very well. The washing machines also are doing very well. And online and e-commerce, our washing machines are the largest selling on the online. However, we want to now focus on Google certified TVs, and we're going to tie up with Amazon. And we make Amazon Fire OS, operating system, and we also do with Google certified full Android. I can tell you these will be the first time in India where it may be out of place to talk so soon to be talking about making, and we are exploring the possibility, let me use the word exploring, with Amazon and Google to make TVs on their operating systems, while Samsung and LG have got their own operating systems. And so if we can, we are exploring with Amazon, and if that happens, then Reliance is anyway buying from us. So we'll say they'll all benefit. It'll be the first time then you can have some Amazon Fire Stick Fire operating system coming in, and you can get Netflix and everything on that. So we are extremely confident about getting into the higher end of the TVs, where we'll meet with the best in class with the operating systems. And in the lower end, of course, the rural focus is always going to be, I think the Prime Minister is going to focus a lot on the rural. And I can see a lot of traction taking place there. And to make things even better, we've got ourselves a new CEO who's from the industry. He was, of course, working in CEAT Tires. And we have the retirement age of 58. So all the people who are reaching 58 are retiring and getting a whole brand new, extremely high-end team. I can see things improving. I can already see. I can't talk about the Q1 results before they come out.
If I could just interject here. Yes, we look forward to, in fact, interacting with your CEO as well. But, since we're a bit short on time, I also want to ask you about your margins, because that too has compressed. What's the reason for that?
I mean, the rupee also depreciated. No?
Okay.
If you really see, the rupee depreciated, and suddenly our cost went up, Our cost went up. So these are the few things. And, of course, we also had to pay a lot for the finance, because what we did is we cleaned up our balance sheet. We made a provision. We made a provision for anything that was not moving, the raw material. So we took a provision for that. That's why you saw the bit of extra borrowing, because of the fact that we made this provision for writing off all these things which are not being moved, Otherwise things are absolutely hunky-dory, and we can see something really positive happening. And I see that if you really compare India with China, it is one-tenth. And I think if the millenniums being the same numbers, I see a compounding and sustainable growth going into the future, not only for ACs, but for washing machines and for panels there.
Right. Mr. Mansukhani, thanks so much.